Welcome back there again, YouTubers. Today we'll be touching on the serious topic of Saturn. Whenever you tell an astrologer Saturn is appearing on your ascendant or in your second house or even in the ninth house, the first thing alarm bell will go to their mind. This is problem time to deal with problem issues. What Saturn does, to me, it's like a strict, hard disciplinary master. It might behave like as if you're going through boot camp. It's going to push you to take on responsibility, to drive yourself and go deep into yourself, into soul searching. And that is not a very easy thing to do. When Saturn touches the Sun, life will be bound by responsibility. You find that everything you do is going to be arduous, tough, full of chores, full of demands and expectation from others for you to bring out your best. Saturn touches the Moon, could bring in emotional problems. You might look at things more logically, more prospectively and on the long term, but others would say, if I'm going to live like that with you, then we better part. It's miserable. They are not willing to put themselves in your position because, as I said, you are being a taskmaster of feelings. And sometimes, even though how right you are, it can still be wrong. What's right for you may be wrong for others. So you need a composite of like-minded or like involvement in order to make it work. And this is when the task of difficulty is being squarely put on your shoulders. Saturn affects Mars, and you find that here you're pushing to go ahead with things, and there Saturn is pulling you back. Everything you do, you'll have to redo again. It's like polishing a diamond until you finally get the brilliance of the cut. Usually when Saturn affects Mars, it tends to make poor circulation for people, especially you'll get here pain, there pain, muscular pain of all sorts. Saturn affects Mercury, and mentally you'll be stressed out. You find yourself to be working real hard, burning the midnight candle, and going through a lot of forward and backward in seeing all sorts of possibility that things may not work out and how to work around the situation. But for one thing, if you're doing R&D and research work, this is most favorite time. You will discover things like you never believed before because your mind really go into depth of interest. Write a book, work out theory, work out all kind of mathematical formula, study computer, write a program, you're kind of more than ready for such undertaking. Saturn affect Jupiter is usually trouble with the law, trouble with those big people up there. You won't have so much trouble with the workers, but you'll have trouble with the bosses. Like they see things in different angle as you do. And even though you know that you are right, they just say, and I've heard this a lot from clients that come back to me. He said, if you're not going to follow my way, go and run your own ship, go and run your own business, go and run your own situation and find out how great you are. And it can be sometimes very frustrating, where you find that you really got the value to give them, but not them receiving it to make it a workable situation. So that could be frustrating. And trouble with the laws are usually around this time, where lawsuits or legality problem, even those elderly members in the family are usually having either health problem or some issues problem during this time. Saturn affect Venus, and love runs cold. You'll find that suddenly your loved one just wake up and say, I think we have already gone to as best as we can where love is concerned, and I'm no more interested in the kind of love with you. It's just not working anymore. It's just like sex and no feeling. It becomes an exercise and not a passion for togetherness. Many of my clients have come to a point where, well, I wanted children, I wanted a home, I wanted a family. Now I don't need a husband. Or sometimes the husband just wanted all that and he just don't need his wife anymore. So these are the areas that ought to be very, very careful. My grand old masters, who's passed off of the age of 100, has taught me one important way of meditating away your problems. Kind of clear your mind. And I'm going to teach you how it could be done. This is nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with anything. He said, mind and light are the solution to burn out or to brighten the very depressed feeling. So if you have that tension, that fear, that depression, which I've seen many going through, light yourself. A tea candle, make sure it's got a holder on it that they don't burn the place out. Put it, you can hold it in your hand like this. Put it near your eye level. Look at the candle. Think nothing. Keep your mind space blank. Look at it. Stare at it. Keep it blank. Try to go for as long as you can. And when you have the master's art, you will be able to control the flame to the direction you want. And that, to end this segment, I'm Rugdee from the Royal Astrologers.